see it through. They'll sign you up to join their crew.
PyroJoe.
And the ninjas do. Here we go. Come on, join the
Scam.
patrol.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be discussing the biggest scams of 2020, otherwise known as the most dangerous scams of 2020 that you should be looking out for if you're going to be trading consistently within the new year. So this is just going from my experience with the scams people send me. You know, I get a lot of people sending me scams saying should they be worried, someone's just said this, or someone sent them a trade offer saying that. This is just me going off of that, essentially going off of what I believe to be the most commonly sent to me. So these may not be the scams that you experience the most, but they're dangerous scams regardless that you should look out for. If I miss any scams out that perhaps you'd like me to make a separate video on, then let me know down in the comments below, because I mean, yeah, I can never be too safe. Obviously, like, I do a lot in terms of preventing scams, etc. So yeah, I mean, just before we get into the video, we are super close to 100,000 subscribers. So if you are new around here and you're not subscribed to the channel, if you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please feel free to subscribe. Help us hit that 100k mark, which is what I've been working towards for God knows how long. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the first scam of the video. Okay, so this first one kind of falls into multiple different methods, but the core of it is the Steam admin impersonator. I'm sure most of you guys know about this, but you'd be surprised at how many people come into my Discord or DM me on Twitter essentially saying, look, this guy said he's a Steam admin and he's got to ban me, what do I do? So essentially how it works is someone will add you on Steam and their profile will look very professional and essentially say the following: you know, we need to check your items are duplicated, can you give them to me to verify, for example. Another situation they could get you is someone adds you on Steam to trade, they offer you a very good offer, so like your full price in pure, etc. And then they'll say, just before we trade, could I get a Steam admin to verify the items pure? And the exact same thing will follow, where this Steam admin needs to verify your items. Now, I'm just going to go out and say this: a Steam admin will never, ever add you on Steam, especially if it's related to your items. The best thing to do if someone claims to be a Steam admin, no matter what happens, let's say they threaten to ban your account or the person says your items are duplicated, the Steam admin needs to verify it, the best thing to do in this situation is remove both people involved or remove anyone involved in this trade and block them both. That is literally the best thing you can do. Another thing kind of related to this is the phishing scam, which is obviously where they send you a fake version of a website and you sign in. But a new variation of this that takes place is that when they get your account details, they change your profile around. So here's an example of that. They'll say your profile's been locked, etc. And this is because you clicked on a fake version of the Steam site, or you clicked on a fake backpack.tf, etc. and gave them your Steam login details. Now, just because they have your login details, it doesn't mean that they can make a trade from your account because you have the phone mobile authenticator. So let's say worst case scenario, you clicked one of these links and you signed into the website. The best thing you can do is change your password on things like your email, etc. that's linked to your account, and lock your Steam account. However, if you still have access to the account, just simply change your Steam account's password, deactivate all other devices, and make sure you remove the API key. That is a very important step, because a lot of the time when someone hijacks your account, because they can't make trades from your account, they set up an API key which alters your trades automatically. So this sort of comes into the same scam where they set up your account, so whenever you go to send a trade offer, in the time that it takes you to phone confirm the trade, the API key will have swapped it out, so you're actually sending items to one of their accounts. That did sound like a bit of a mouthful, but I promise you it does make sense. I also made this video talking about it, which essentially covers everything you need to know. Up next is a scam I see going around a lot, especially in casual servers around this time of year. And it's the people in the chat that say, giving away free items, you know, add me on Steam. And you just gotta think, this is something I always say in all my scam videos, that if it seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And someone randomly giving away items to people they have no connection with whatsoever is too good to be true. Generally what will happen is this will lead into a multitude of other scams. So for example, they could say, yeah man, I'll give you free items, do you have this dodgy communicating software, and we'll get into that in a second, but they'll tell you to go to a site, download it, it's phishing software, it'll get your login details, or they'll say like, you know, can you give me something to verify, blah 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 blah. But yeah, 100% of the time, or I'll say 99.99% of the time, because there may be some absolute maniac that's giving away his items, but that's very unlikely. So if you see someone saying they're giving away a bunch of free items in casual, just ignore them, maybe try to vote kick them, just do not add them and ask for those items. Another one is probably the last scam that I made a video about, and this one seems to be happening pretty regularly. This is going to be the method of a competitive team. So for example, someone will add you on Steam and say, yo man, our team is taking part in a tournament and we need one more player, you know, one of our players dropped out, there's like a $100 cash prize between each person. So you'll be like,
you know, I'm pretty good at the game. I top frag on high tower games. I'll give it a go.
They'll essentially be like, oh great, thanks so much, like, you know, we really appreciate this. Just head over to this competitive site and sign up under our team, which is the Epic Non-Scamming Dragons 123. So you'll go to the site and it essentially falls back under the phishing site, where you go to the site, sign up with Steam, obviously it's not Steam, and they get your login details, and then it links back into a multitude of other scams where it's, you know, they change your profile information, etc. etc. Or alternatively, they could ask you to download some sort of TeamSpeak software where it's not Discord or TeamSpeak or any of the generic ones, it's this really obscure one, and when you download it, it's some sort of like malware or information mining software where they gather your login details. Yeah, just overall, if someone adds you on Steam to ask you if you want to compete in a competitive event, just don't do it, because realistically, why would they approach a random person and ask them to play in a competitive team? Up next, I'm going to be talking about one that doesn't seem to pop up too often, but whenever it does affect someone, it affects someone in a very big way, and this is of course going to be PayPal trades. So let's say, for example, you're done with TF2, you maybe want to sell your unusual and get into CSGO, or you want to sell your unusual and buy a car or something, I don't know. But yeah, if you want to trade your item or sell your item through PayPal, this is a very dangerous method to do so. And often, if you don't use a site like marketplace.tf and manco.store, it can result in a scam. So, if you do want to sell your items, I'd not recommend selling it if it's not through something like manco.store or marketplace.tf, because more often than not, it will result in someone saying, you know, I've sent the money, can you send the item, and the money won't actually be in your account, or they'll cash back or charge back the money. So yeah, just to avoid cash trade scams as a whole, I would recommend using an official site. I mean, people often use middlemans for cash trades, but I mean, middlemaning as a whole is just super sketchy, you know. Someone will receive the unusual and the cash and make sure the transaction goes through correctly, but if the middleman knows the cash trader, they could very easily pretend to have the money, take your unusual and run. So yeah, just as a whole, to summarize that, use a cash trading site. Any excuses to why they don't want to use a cash trading site isn't worth doing, you know. If they complain about fees, just don't worry, you know, there'll always be another buyer out there. And the last one I'm going to be talking about is the fake gambling site scammer. This one is super prominent. Essentially how it works is someone will add you on Steam and say something along the lines of, hey, I own this TF2 gambling site and I can make it so you win. And then you'll go on the site and it'll be a bunch of fake users and they'll say something along the lines of, who do you want to win this jackpot? And they'll make it seem as if they have full control over who wins. Unfortunately, none of the items being bet or the people on the sites themselves are real people. So you'll go in there thinking this guy can essentially make you win loads of money, and you'll go onto the site, deposit your items onto the site, and you won't win, or you'll supposedly win, but you won't get the items to be withdrawn from your account. Another variation of the fake gambling site is they'll add you and say, hey, you know, if we go on this gambling site, I can make it so you win, and you will win, But when you go to withdraw the items, it will say you need to deposit a minimum of $20. So you'll deposit $20, try to withdraw your items, and it will say you need to withdraw a minimum of $40. And it will keep going up, and you'll never actually be able to withdraw your items. So overall, if someone comes to you and says they own a gambling site, or they want you to use their gambling site and they can make you win, the chances are they're probably lying to you and trying to scam you. Don't gamble, don't do fake gambling. That is the rules of TF2 gambling. But yeah guys, that is just about it for this video. If you did enjoy, then please do remember to leave a like and let me know your thoughts down below, along with any other scams that I may have missed out that seem to be happening pretty regularly. Thanks again very much for watching guys, and peace.
Fucking a Corona, I'm sipping and I'm smoking.